Scott Company, E2, and of course Reveille 6 making her presence felt. It is time for the 1996 Bonfire. Hello again, everyone. Greg Lucas here along with Don Powell, who's been on hand for all the telecast bonfires since they started appearing on TV back in 1979. And Don, this is Bonfire night. You can tell by the weather.
That's right. It's a cold, crisp night here in College Station, Texas. Aggie land, as we call it around here, what we call bonfire weather. It's cold, and there's going to be a big fire out here and a lot of other happenings showing that we have a burning desire to beat TU, which is what we call the University of Texas around here.
That's the big game. That's coming up on Friday. Of course, we're going to be going through a lot of the traditions here at Texas A&M, and of course, the bonfire. We'll also have the yell practice, which is part of the hour telecast we've got coming up. One little change in tradition, a little bit tonight, Don. This bonfire is being held a day earlier than it normally is when the game is on the road.
That's right. When the game is on the road in Austin, we usually have the bonfire 2 days before that because of the Thanksgiving holiday and the fact that ABC has picked up the game for the day after Thanksgiving. We're going to give everybody the opportunity to go home and have a nice Thanksgiving dinner and then go to the ball game. So we're 3 days ahead this time.
Still going to be a big crowd tonight. We're going to have all the festivities coming up, so you stay with us because coming up next, it's the 1996 Fightin Texas Aggie Bonfire.
Polo fields of Texas A&M University in College Station, Texas, KAMU-TV presents the Fightin Texas Aggie Bonfire 96. Major funding for Bonfire 96 has been provided by the Association of Former Students at Texas A&M University. Working together as a team has always been the Aggie way. It's a pleasure for the Association of Former Students to work with KAMU-TV and Fox Sports Southwest to bring you the 1996 Fightin Texas Aggie Bonfire. Congratulations to all those who worked on and supported its construction. As we approach the holiday season, the association wants to wish all of the Aggie family, whether it be students, faculty, former students, or friends, a happy holiday season and all the best in the upcoming year.
Great evening, everyone. Hi, I'm Elaine Hoyak here with John McCarroll, and this is Bonfire 96, and we're here with KAMU, and we're glad to have you with us tonight.
That's right, Elaine. We're in a short commercial break right now, so the Fox Southwest network can take a break. But we wanted to take this opportunity to give you a chance, if you'd like a memento of Bonfire 96, where you have folks back at the station right now ready to take your phone call. The number is 409-845-5656. $22 plus tax. You'll get tonight's bonfire, plus the documentary about the building of Aggie Bonfire 96. So you need to call if you'd like that. It'd make a wonderful Christmas gift.
It would, and we need to say a special thank you to the Association of Former Students and the 12th Mound Foundation for helping to underwrite tonight's telecast of the bonfire here on KAMU. This is your public television station for the Brazos Valley, and we hope that you will like to keep one of those tapes for your very own by calling tonight at 845-5656. And then we'll get it to you just as soon as we can, allowing about 3 to 4 weeks for delivery. But make that phone call right now and get your memento of the live Aggie Bonfire 96 right here on KAMU-TV. Right, John?
That's right. You know, this has been an unusual year. We've had a website for the bonfire this year, and we know that we've had a lot of people check into that, and we appreciate the comments that we've had from all over the world, really, as people have gone to the website of Aggie Bonfire 96 that KAMU has put up on the World Wide Web. And we want to thank Kyle Netterville, our senior producer, for putting all that together, too.
Great job, great job. But remember, 845-5656 will get you one of these great bonfire tapes that you can live forever. So call us right now, 845-5656.
Welcome back, everyone. Greg Lucas here along with Don Powell. Just a few moments, the activity will be getting underway. Let's talk briefly, before we show a little bit of the background of this bonfire, you tell us a little bit about the background, because this bonfire, for those of you that are not Aggies, don't know the history of it, maybe seeing your first telecast, is unique to college sports.
That's right. This is the world's largest bonfire. This is not a trash fire like you see a lot of places. It's not the homecoming. We don't have homecoming at Texas A&M. Bonfire is always here for the University of Texas game, no matter where the game is played. Bonfire at Texas A&M started in 1909. That's a long time ago. This is the 88th bonfire that's been built. It's the 87th to burn, because the year in 1963, when President Kennedy was assassinated, they just dismantled the bonfire and didn't burn it then. But this is a big night at Aggieland. It's a lot of people work on this bonfire. There are lots of students who come out here. They started cutting logs on September the 22nd. That seems like a long time ago now. They put up the center pole. There's a center pole. This bonfire is limited in height to 55 feet now, but it reached 109 feet 10 inches once upon a time back in the 1960s, and they decided that was just a little bit too big, and so we've scaled the bonfire back, but it's a tremendous effort. The student body turns out. The Corps of Cadets, as many of you know, that we have a uniformed Corps of Cadets at Texas A&M, that's only a small part of the student body. So what we call civilian students at Texas A&M also work on the bonfire, and we've had women working on the bonfire since 1979 now.
We have a great tape that was put together by the folks at KAMU, which tells us a little bit about building this year's bonfire.
Let's take a look.
So this is an event, is a tradition that began in 1909. And it started out with just a trash fire, like a lot of high schools have. And, before their homecoming game or their rival game, they built a bonfire. Well, it started out as a trash fire here, and then it's evolved into a major engineering project that involves a lot of work and a lot of participation from not only the student body, but the local community, as well as old Ags and people who want to help and benefit around the world. As far as Bonfire is concerned, and I'd like to offer a special thanks to just all the support we get from old Ags and companies around the state as well as the nation that put their money into it and put their time into helping us build this event. Sure, the student body's out here working and building it, but without their support and without the university and the surrounding community support, this event couldn't take place. So I'd really like to thank everyone that has contributed to the 96 Aggie Bonfire.
There's what it looks like. The bonfire, of course, with the outhouse on top. We'll tell you about that and a little bit more of the traditions. And we've also got a whole bunch of guests coming up. We're going to be talking, and Don will be talking with the president of Texas A&M and more when we return. You're watching the 1996 Fightin' Texas Aggie Bonfire.
We're back live here on Aggie Bonfire 96, and John, we're not missing a second of what's going on out here. If you're at home in your nice, cozy, warm house, we're going to bring you all the action right here on KAMU, and we want to say a great big thank you to folks who have helped us to put on this tonight. Our underwriters for the homepage tonight, John, who are they? Lupos?
Well, that's right, and WTAW, KTSR, Aggie 96.
First National Bank of Bryan, StarTel Communications.
Real-time internet services. A bunch of folks have really helped us here in the Brazos Valley as we put this web page up. We hope you've gone to it every once in a while. It's at www.kamumtx.com. KAMU-TV-org/bonfire/.
But you know what we're here for is that if you want a memento of what's going on here live to take and keep forever, we have some great tapes available for you by calling 845-5656. We have operators live back in our studio tonight to take your phone call. Just have your credit card available, and they'll take care of all the rest. Isn't that right, John?
You know, this is an extra hour than what you're going to see tonight at Bonfire 96. This is kind of a documentary about the cut side and about the stack, and it follows the progress of that. So you need to call in and get one of those for Christmas. It'd make a wonderful gift.
Back we are on the stage, and of course you recognize the gentleman in the middle. All Aggies do. That's Dr. Bowen, the president of Texas A&M. Don?
Well, Dr. Bowen, welcome to the Texas Aggie Bonfire Show.
Thank you.
And we're going to have a great night here. I'd like to talk to you about the university support for Bonfire.
Well, it's really the university and the community. Everybody in this part of Texas seems to come together to make this possible. We get cooperation as we go out to the sites to collect the logs. We get cooperation for equipment. And, of course, the entire student body's involved with it, from the red pots right on down. It's a big event.
Well, you're the class of '58 here at Texas A&M and the deputy corps commander. Tell us about Bonfire when you were here.
Well, we worked very hard, of course, much harder than these young people did, and I'm just joking. You know that. It was a lot of fun, but I believe the tradition has been preserved very well.
Yes, it is a long-standing tradition. We have the red pots that coordinate the bonfire now, and it's something important to this university because it's a prelude to a really great football game that we're going to have on Friday.
Yeah, especially this year. It's an important game to both teams, and University of Texas has a good football team, but I believe we're ready for them.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Dr. Bowen. We've got another president, too, here, other than the president of the university.
I think we'll bring
We've got
the
president of our Association of Former Students, our alumni group at Texas A&M. And so, Greg, take it away.
I'll tell you what, and you said the right word, and I know he did. He said former students because once an Aggie, always an Aggie.
Always, always.
I want to ask you a question personally. You're a class of '51. This school is a lot different than it was then.
Well, you see, I was raised in Bryan, so I first came on this campus in 1934.
Oh, my goodness.
So it has changed immensely. First time I was on this campus, they were building the entrance down to the administration building, and this was a cow pasture, by the way, behind the veterinary medicine building. To say that Texas A&M has come a long way is an understatement, but what a marvelous thing, this world-class institution now.
And you had, of course, it was just you guys then, too, in '51.
Well, in '51, there were a lot of guys. For that matter, there were about 7,000 of us here in the Corps, and all of us left right after that year from our class to go to Korea, the whole class.
The whole class?
The whole class. We had about 1,200 commissioned in June, and by August, we were all in the service.
Is it a tough job being the president of the Association of Former Students? I would think it's a big job because there's so many of you that are so loyal to the school.
Well, it's a wonderful thing, and it's the most satisfying thing, and with massive support that we have from the former students, it is something that whatever we do, it ends up a success. And 186,000 former students of Texas A&M who love this place and support it in everything that it tries to do.
Well, I know you do for sure. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you, Glenn, and beat the hell out of TU.
Okay, we'll find out about that on Friday. We're going to take a break, and then we'll be back with more on the stage while we wait for the activity to get underway. You're watching it all right here. This is the 1996 Fightin' Texas Aggie Bonfire.
Okay, we're back live. I'm John McCarroll, station manager of KAMU, and here with me is Elaine Hoyak, our development director. And we're here because this is a commercial time that the commercial networks are taking, and we decided we'd just stay right here at the bonfire site because we've got a special thing to tell you about, and that's about the bonfire itself and the videotape. Right, Elaine?
That's right, and we have operators back at our studio right now, live waiting to take your call at 845-5656, and you can order your special bonfire tape of tonight's events, and it certainly would make a wonderful gift to any Aggie, any to-be Aggie, anybody that is interested in all the traditions that go on right here at Texas A&M. We want to remind you, too, that if you want to relive and watch the bonfire again tomorrow, it'll be re-aired right here on KAMU at noon tomorrow, and again on cable channel 15, even after we go off live tonight. So certainly KAMU is such an asset for this community, and it's all because of you. And we are so glad to be out here tonight bringing you Aggie Bonfire Live. So keep tuned in with us, and if you want one of those tapes, where do they call, John?
They call 845-5656. You might be watching this off the satellite right now. Call 409-845-5656 and get your memento of tonight's bonfire. We want to hear from all of our good Aggie supporters out there, and we appreciate the opportunity at KAMU to be able to do this. One of the things that we want to remind you is when we go off at 9 o'clock tonight, tune to cable 15 and we'll continue.
Back on the stage, you're going to be seeing some shots in the background because the band is starting to approach and the flames are starting to get into the vicinity. But right now, Don's got another special guest.
Yes, Greg, and keeping with our tradition of having presidents on here, this is the president of the student body, Carl Baggett. Carl, welcome to this show.
Thank you very much, Dr. Powell.
It's going to be a great night tonight, but I want you to tell me about what it's like to be the student body president leading a student body of 43,000 students here at Aggie Land.
It's a great, great honor. My father's class 68. I've been going to football games, basketball games, bonfires, what have you, for many years. Just to be lucky enough to represent the finest university this state and nation has to offer is great.
Well, you have a rare experience as well. You're a student body president, and you're probably the only student body president we ever had who was also a head red pot.
I think that is true. Special meeting for tonight. I get to be student body president and watch one of the special nights at Aggie Land.
Well, we might explain the red pots are the people who are in charge of building the bonfire because of the red helmets that they wear.
Yes, sir. Now, we don't probably want to get into bonfire considering I was a junior red pot when it fell, so we might want to leave that one alone.
No, that's right. But now, you know, we've got some things happening. Why don't you help tell us what's going on here? We see the torches are coming in.
Yes, sir. What you've got right now is you've got the 9 red pots bringing the torches in, and they're going to circle bonfire one time, circle it again, and then throw their torches on bonfire and light it.
Yeah, and coming up behind is the Aggie band.
Yes, sir. The heartbeat of A&M right there. Yes, sir.
Yeah, well, they're coming onto the field now, and the torches are headed towards the stack. Now, I understand that they'll go out there to the bonfire stack, which is what you call the logs that are stacked up there, naturally, because it's a stack of logs. But tell us a little bit about how they get those logs all put up there in that kind of teepee shape.
Well, sir, it's about a 3-month process that you start, and about 3 weeks of actual putting the logs on a stack. You put about 7,000 to 8,000 logs up there, and it's through a process of 6 stacks where you bring students out here and you put them up together.
Yeah, now the red pots have got the torches, and they're going to march around the stack, and they'll position themselves to throw those torches up there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, what makes it burn so good?
Well, you put about 700 gallons of gasoline on there, and it'll burn.
Well, that's right. But they're moving in now, and it looks like that the band is coming into the field, and the red pots are getting ready to position themselves around there. But your dad was here as well. You mentioned your dad.
Yes, sir.
Tell us about what he did when he was here.
Well, sir, he wasn't a red pot. He was a yell leader in 68. Right. Yes, sir. So, and now he's president of Association of Former Students, and has just really helped me out. My sister is here too, an Aggie, a junior at A&M. So we have an Aggie family. Yes, sir.
Well, family is one of the things that's really important at Texas A&M. We have so many Aggie families, and you see the people out here in the group that are watching the bonfire. There's probably 60,000 people out here, and you see people who are from the class of 1935, and you'll see people who are just little children out here. It's a family affair.
Yes, sir. This is one thing about bonfires. It brings former students back from all the ages, from all over the state and nation. They come back tonight to see their sons and daughters at Texas A&M University and what have you, and see friends that they hadn't seen for a long time.
Well, we appreciate you coming on and helping us out. Greg,
Thanks a lot.
Can I say one thing?
Oh, yeah, sure, yeah.
Let's beat the hell out of TU Friday.
Thank you. That's what that needed to be said. Thank you.
Okay.
Well, Greg, what do you think?
Well, they're still marching around the stack, as you can see. We're going to take a break before they light it, so stay with us. It's coming up. The 1996 Fightin' Texas Aggie Bonfire.
Thanks to the Association of Former Students tonight for helping us to bring you Aggie Bonfire live right here on KAU. Hi, everyone. I'm Elaine Hoyak here with John McCarroll tonight, and we're so pleased to be bringing you Aggie Bonfire. And we also have a special offer for you tonight. If you would like to keep the memories of Aggie Bonfire alive in your house, you can do it very easily by, John?
By calling 409-845-5656. We have volunteers in our studio tonight. They're ready to take your call, and we want to encourage you to do that and make a wonderful Christmas gift. It'll have some about an hour or more of video than what we're seeing tonight that'll be a part of that. So we want to encourage you to do that and make a wonderful gift for someone in your family, and it would be a great way to support public television here in the Brazos Valley. So we want to encourage you to do that. This is commercial time that the Fox Southwest Network has cut into this program, and so rather than go away from the bonfire, we wanted to stay with you, and rather than just go to black, we wanted to be able to talk about the show and talk about your opportunity to get one of these tapes. So behind us now, you can see the bonfire, you can see the people marching in, and we want to encourage you to keep one of those as a memento, right?
Yeah, and just remember that there's some other great times that you can watch this too, whether it be tomorrow at noon right here on KAMU. It's going to be re-telecast, or it's going to be also on Fox Sports Southwest, and we'll tell you when.
Back on the stage, I'm going to talk with a couple three special people here while the bonfire is still being marched around by the Red Pots. They'll be lighting it shortly. This is Mascot Corporal Lance Hill, class of '99. He's in the sweatshirt when you get a shot back here at the stage. And Cadet Major Todd Sullivan, class of '97, and of course, Reveille is at our feet. Let's talk first of all about the commander here. What's it like being in charge of this group of guys?
Well, it's an honor, I can tell you, and it's a pleasure that we have the honor of taking Reveille out around to all the football games that represent Texas A&M University. So, it's a big duty, and it's got its downs, but we really enjoy it, and then I can tell you it's quite a pleasure to have a first lady with us all the time.
And by the way, and she actually does outrank you, right?
Oh yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's what I thought. See, that's the highest ranking member of the Corps. Did you know that? Well, you did. But she'd have it tough if this guy wasn't with her. You're there all the time.
Yes, sir. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. She goes anywhere and everywhere I go, and if for some reason I'm not there to take care of her, I have 15 buddies who are there to help me out when I need them, and I definitely couldn't do it alone, but it is a full-time job, that is for sure.
How does she like class?
Well, for the most part, she sleeps in class, so...
Just like some of the students?
Just like most of the other students, I suppose, but she enjoys it okay.
Well, listen, fellas, I know this is always a big night, bonfire. Thanks for stopping by, and let's see how things go the rest of this week.
Yes, sir. Beat the hell out to you.
That's what I thought, right?
Yes, sir. Beat the hell out to you.
Okay, thanks a lot, guys. Thank you. And thank you, Reveille. Reveille 6, by the way. And Don,
yes,
while we're waiting for the thing to go up, I know you can tell the story of how Reveille became the original mascot here.
Well,
at Texas A&M.
the story goes that there was a mongrel dog that was in the highway between here and just south of the campus, and some Aggies coming back in an old Model T one night kind of brushed up against her with their car, and she was injured, and they brought her into veterinary medicine college here, and as you know, this is one of the best-known veterinary schools in the country. And so they nursed her back to health, and when the next morning when the bugler blew Reveille, by the way, let's go to the bonfire.
Yeah!
Because the bonfire is going up in flames. Right on schedule. This is, as we said before, there's about 7,000 logs out there. The Red Pots have thrown those torches up there just at the right time to set that flame blazing. And the crowd is moving back from the heat of it, and we need a little heat here tonight.
This is one of the best starts that we've had in years.
Oh, that's right. This is, by Aggie standards, this is a great bonfire. The flames have already leaped to the top, to that outhouse on top. which we refer to as the Texas Tea Room around here. But they placed an outhouse on top. You know that outhouse, back in the early days, you know, we mentioned that we started in 1909. That outhouse was acquired from a local farmer when he wasn't looking. And that happened for many years, and then finally in modern times, there aren't any outhouses anymore, so the students have to build that outhouse to put it up on top.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the same with a portolet, would it?
No, it wouldn't. There's a sign on that outhouse. I don't know if they got it on camera or not, but they now give the population of Austin on there, and so it matches up with one of the classes that are here in school. And the sign is donated by a friend of A&M, so they don't actually go out and steal an Austin city limits sign now, so they manufacture that sign to put that out there. Those adventurous days of Aggies acquiring things without permission are we hopefully are long
Well,
past.
the bonfire, the wood itself was used to be in that category, didn't it?
Well, that's right. You know, they were trying to build a couple of dormitories here back in the early part of this century, and when the workmen showed up one day, the lumber was all missing, and they found it on the bonfire, and that's before they started having logs. Shortly after that, when a farmer also went out one year in about 1935, he found his log barn missing, and those logs turned up on the bonfire, and starting in 1936, they began to have an all-log bonfire, which was from land that was donated to the university.
But now it's all legit, and this one is burning exceedingly well. I know the red pots this year were really concerned. They really wanted to make sure it went and stayed up, because in the last couple of years, a combination of weather and wind and wet logs, for one reason or another, it's kind of ebbed and flowed, and this looks like it's off to a real good burn.
Well, it is off to a good start. You know, we had the bonfire collapsed a couple of years ago, and they had to rebuild it very quickly. And then we had a year where it didn't really burn very well because of the dampness, and it hadn't been properly fueled. So this one looks like it's off to a good start, and we're really happy about that. All of the people, you know, got to move back when the flames started up, but I think they're accustomed to it now, and it looks like we're off to a really good bonfire night.
Well, as it burns, let us watch it, and let us also take a break, reminding you that you are watching the 1996 Fightin' Texas Aggie Bonfire.
Fantastic bonfire. It's one of the best yet. The view from here is wonderful. It's going to be wonderful on that videotape. Where we appreciate all of the folks who turned out tonight, but you're there at home watching it too. And you can get a copy of that tape, can't you, Elaine?
Real easily. In fact, we still have folks back in our studio waiting to hear from you. If you would like a copy of Aggie Bonfire 96, all you have to do is call 845-5656 and certainly can see all the things that went on prior to the cut and all of the things that take place as part of the tradition of Aggie Bonfire 96. And it's only here because KAMU, your public television station for the Brazos Valley, brings it to you live. That's a tradition here in Aggie Land, too, that we bring the bonfire to you each and every year. It's a cold, blustery night out here, and we hope that you're at home enjoying your warm house and enjoying bonfire with us here on KAMU. Remember, you can see it again tomorrow, right, John?
You can see it tomorrow at noon on KAMU, cable channel 4 here in Bryan College Station. Also, you can stay tuned after 9 o'clock tonight when the live coverage ends here. We're going to go back to our bonfire cam up on top of the O&M building here on the campus of Texas A&M. You can watch that on cable channel 15 later on tonight. We're going to keep the camera up there. We've done that in the past. We've had a lot of folks who watch that bonfire for days afterward.
That phone number is on your screen. You can see it right now. And the number is there so that you can call and get yourself one of these great bonfire tapes. In fact, it's only $23.82. That's tax and everything, and we'll mail it out to you. So if you want to remember what's going on here at Bonfire 96, just call our station right now. Just have your credit card available, and our operators will do all the rest.
As the bonfire continues to burn on, it's just about time for the other regular portion of this affair, yell practice.
That's right. Yell practice is getting ready to start, so we're going to take a look at that pretty quick when they get ready to lead the yells. And I think that it's time right now to listen to the head yell leader.
Yell leaders, by the way, the head yell leader is Chris Torn, class of 97, and he's assisted by senior yell leaders Gary Kipe, also of 97, and Jimbo Cross.
I welcome you to the 1996 Fightin' Texas Aggie Bonfire Aggies! I can think of no better place to be in the world as we know it than right here in Aggie land. Aggies! This coming week, a lot of people talk about rivalries, all right? You got your Auburn, Alabama. You got your Florida, Florida State. Well, let me tell you something. That's high school ball, all right? That's high school, Aggies. Right here when the Fightin' Texas Aggies take the field on Friday morning against the peons from TU, we're gonna show the rest of the country how football's been played. All right, now it wouldn't be a good week unless some idiot T-Sip started to make some loudmouth comments, and we had some this morning by, I think he's their center, Dan Fatburger, or Fryburger. Not too sure what his name is, and it's usually the guys that talk that really don't have that much ability. All right, but maybe he started talking too much, but all his talking's gonna cease Friday morning when he lines up and looks across the line and sees Brandon Mitchell and Eddie Jasper. And they put him on his back, and he's going to go crying over to Makovic. I don't think he'll talk anymore, Aggies. The second question is this guy, James Brown. All right, now, is he James Brown or is he James McKelvey? I'm not sure they know he is, but regardless, I think he remembers 2 years ago when a man named Antonio Armstrong stuck him right in his back, Aggies. He coughed up the ball, and Brandon Mitchell went for 6. All right, but now this year, we got something a little better than Antonio Armstrong, if you can imagine that. We've got a man named Keith Mitchell, Aggies. And James Brown knows good and damn well who that man is, I guarantee it, Aggies. He's already hired a chiropractor, so when he sticks him right in his back, he's going to run off the field and get him fixed up real quick. Aggies. Now, the last person, you can't talk about Texas without making fun of old Hairspray Makovic, Aggies. Last time we beat him, he claimed he was still a little woozy from that hit he got early in the season. So this time, I think he's still feeling woozy, so he's not going to be calling the offensive plays. Instead, he brought in former Baylor coach Chuck Reedy, and he's going to be calling the offensive plays, so I know we don't have anything to worry about, Aggies. Well, let me tell you this much. Come Friday morning, all the T-Stips talking is going to cease, because about 12 minutes into the game, and those T-Stips look up at the score, all right, and it's about 36-0, Aggies. They're going to wonder what in the hell have they gotten themselves into. All right, when Makovic stares over there and doesn't want to look Coach Slocum in the face after a nice defeat, we're going to realize how good it is to be a Fightin' Texas Aggie. All right, so no better way to start off this victory week without a little Fightin' Texas Aggie bonfire, and a little Fightin' Texas Aggie yell practice, Aggie!
Getting ready to start the yell practice now. First, they'll do gig 'em, and this first yell they all do by hand signals. So we don't have megaphones, and these are not cheerleaders, they're yell leaders.
like a third base coach giving signals to his hitter.
That's right.
All the Aggies know what these mean.
Yes, and that goes back for years and years. They'll all know what these yells are. This is Aggies. You notice that people are bending over. Well, the next yell is Farmers Fight. You know, this is started out as an agricultural college, and so they were called the farmers in the early days. And so hence the yell, Farmers Fight. Now it's time for the War Hymn, which is the Texas Aggie fight song, written by a former student while he was in the trenches during World War I. They were sawing varsity's horns off. They referred to the University of Texas as varsity. We were just the agricultural college, you know. And so that's why they do that, saw varsity's horns off, because that's what they intend to do at the football game.
And it might be pointed out, it's unique that, as you see, the outhouse is in beautiful flame here, and that's what the reaction from some of the crowd is.
Yeah, it's really burning well. It's going to fall right away, it looks like, because pieces of it are falling off now. And so they were all cheering that, you know, we have set the University of Texas on fire, so to speak.
Well, while it burns and while yell practice continues, we're going to take a quick break and be back. This is the 1996 Fightin' Texas Aggie Bonfire.
We're back live with you here at Bonfire 96. Hi, everybody. I'm Elaine Hoyak here with John McCarroll, and we're asking you if you want to keep the Meadow
schools don't
this
have
great
someone who's
bonfire tonight,
dedicated their
you
university.
can do it by calling the number that you see on the screen. We have operators there waiting to talk to you, and all you have to do is have your credit card available, and they'll take all the rest of the information. Right, John?
That's right. You know, this is a commercial break that's been put into this program. If we weren't doing this, we'd have to go to black. That was our commitment with the Fox Southwest Network. And so we wanted to stay with the bonfire, so we're going to take some scenes of what's going on out here at the bonfire. But we want to encourage you, if you possibly would like a copy of this Bonfire 96, it's a 2-hour program that shows the cut side and the stack being built. It's everything from beginning to end. It's a 2-hour show, and we'll also have the very end of it when that Texas tea room falls off the top.
Yes, sir. And we want to say thank you to the Association of Former Students tonight who have helped us financially to bring you Bonfire 96 live here on KAMU along with the 12th Man Foundation. So thanks to them, we've got Aggie Bonfire live right here on KAMU.
We're going to see the core of the band.
We heard from Dr. Bowen just a few moments ago. Now the entire congregation here is hearing from him. Let's pick up the action as yell practice continues.
You and your assistant coaches have had a great year. Played a lot of tough ball. We know you're focused and you're ready to go. All these Fightin' Texas Aggies are behind you, and I know we can do it. There's a tradition over there. If they ever win a ball game, they turn the light on that tower. It's going to be dark on that campus Friday night. The Red Pots did a great job with the bonfire this year. The 12th man's fantastic. All of you have a good holiday. Take care of yourselves. Let's beat the hell out of the T-Sips.
All right, Aggies! This next man needs no introduction. It's because of this man that Coach Makovic is tucked away in his house in a closet right now, hoping that Friday's never going to come, but I've got a little news for you there, John. R.C. Slocum's heading to town, and he's bringing hell with him, Aggies. So without taking his time, I'm going to introduce the man of Texas A&M University, Coach R.C. Slocum, Aggies.
Howdy. You know, this will be my 24th game to coach in, TU game. And I can tell you, this is the best bonfire we've had in 24 years. And I want to thank all of you that have worked to build this bonfire, and all of you to be out here tonight to generate some Fightin' Texas Aggie spirit to go to Austin Friday and beat the Longhorns. I can tell you your football team has been working hard. We're excited about the game. We've got some guys, some of these seniors are excited about talking to you. So I want to get a couple of them to come up here. First of all, a senior from Beaumont, Texas, our center, Calvin Collins.
Howdy! Gotta tell you, I'd like to thank you for coming out. It's real cold out here. This is one of the proudest and most scariest moments of my life. I've been here a long time. I've been here with these guys here. We've been fighting and scratching, been through some ups and downs. But you guys have always come behind us just like you are tonight, and I appreciate that. Also, you know, like when I go to different stadiums and people get behind, their crowd leaves. Our crowd never does that. Our crowd never boos. It just tells them how the spirit of the 12th man is so strong and how they're always behind us, and I love it. Last but not least, I'd like to give a little public service announcement. For all you guys out there who go through the, getting drunk tonight, partying wild and all that stuff, I think, don't do it tonight. Save it for Friday and we beat the hell out of TU.
Thank you, Calvin.
Bonfire has just collapsed. You know, and there's the cannon being fired.
Next,
Speaking for our defense, number 23 for the wrecking crew, Keith Mitchell.
The bonfire just burned so hot it just fell over.
Yeah, this is one of the hottest and quickest burning fires ever.
Hey, kind of like Calvin, you know, said, hey, we want to say for the team, hey, we appreciate y'all coming out here, showing out your support. You know, beginning of the season, we had a lot of bad things happening. You know, bad luck with the fumbles and the interceptions and all that good stuff. But hey, I'm gonna tell you like this: we overcome those things. I see good things ahead, and I see good things going in the TU game. So, in representing for the wrecking crew, I like to say, keep it loud and keep the wrecking crew signs up. Beat the hell out to you.
Thank you. And next, representing the 12th man.
While the bonfire continues to burn and the action continues, we will be back with more from yell practice and more from the 1996 Fightin' Texas Aggie Bonfire.
Okay, this is a brief commercial break on the commercial networks, but here at Texas A&M, out here at College Station, we're live at the bonfire site, and we want to continue to show you sights of the bonfire, but we also want to tell you that if you'd like to buy a copy of tonight's bonfire program on videotape, as well as kind of a documentary about the building of Bonfire 96, we've got folks who are back at our station right now to take your phone calls. Right, Elaine?
That's right, and John, I'm going to tell you it's cold out here, brother. And if you're at home watching the bonfire, listen, be glad you are, because it's really cold out here, and we love bringing the bonfire to you every year. And because of folks like the Association of Former Students, who help us financially to do so, we want to say a big thank you to them so that we can continue this tradition of KAMU bringing you Bonfire Live right here on Channel 15.
You know, one of the things is that there's also people around the world who are watching this on the satellite right now. Last year we had some old Ags who were in the Caribbean on a cruise ship who watched the bonfire last year. So we don't know where you're watching from this year, but call us and let us know that. And we appreciate so much the calls that we have from all over the country and all over this community supporting this kind of program.
Let's remind everybody, too, that this is going to be rebroadcast on Fox Sports Southwest on Thursday at 9 o'clock, and then again on Thursday evening at 7 o'clock. And then, right, and then on Friday, an hour before the game starts, at 9 o'clock, right before kickoff at 10. So you're going to have a great opportunity to watch what's going on here at Bonfire.
That's right. And, you know, we want to thank all the people who've helped us with our website this year and all the hits that we've had on that and the folks who've helped us put that together. Thanks a lot.
Yell practice is continuing. R.C. Slocum with his closing words. We'll try to get his closing words. And, of course, we've still got some of the more traditional parts of yell practice coming up, including the last chord trip and the spirit of Aggie Land. I know longtime Ags want to see that for sure. So let's go back to the stage here for the rest of the yell practice.
Ready to do a yell called military because of the military heritage of Texas A&M. This is an old Aggie yell. They have a yell called Old Army. They refer to the Aggies, Texas A&M, as Old Army around here. Everybody's talking about, you know, when they went to school, it was real Old Army. A&M's about the only yell at Texas A&M that's even similar to what anybody else has. This is called locomotive, which is not unusual to find that at other schools. So this is the only, Aggies are unique. This is the only yell that's even similar to what other people have. Keep referring to TAMC.
All right, Aggies.
Old habits die hard at
like
Texas A&M. That's
time
what it was,
is the
Texas A&M
reading
College.
of the poem, The Last Court Trip, Aggies. But this time it means a little something extra special to me. And this is for my grandfather who's sitting in a hospital room in Houston, Texas right now. And I guarantee you, with the spirit of the 12th man, and he's the biggest Aggie of us all, we ain't gonna have a problem Friday morning. It was Judgment Day in Aggieland, and tenseness filled the air. I knew there was a trip at hand, but not a soul knew where. Assembled on the drill field was a world-renowned 12th man, the entire Fightin' Aggie team, and the famous Aggie band. And out in front with the Royal Guard, a viewing party stood. St. Peter and his angel staff were choosing bad from good. First he surveyed the entire team, and in terms of an angel swore, "By Jove, I do believe I've seen this gallant group before. I've seen them play since way back when, and they've always had the grit. I've seen them lose, and I've seen them win, but I've never seen them quit." No need for us to tarry here. Upon the side of their face is as plain as the halo on my head that they've opened heaven gates. And when the 12th man heard this, they let out a mighty yell. It echoed clear to heaven and shook the gates of hell. "And what group is this upon the side?" St. Peter asked his aide, that swelled up as if to burst with pride when we our judgment weighed. "Why, sir, that's the Cadet Corps. It's known both far and wide for backing up their fighting team, whether they'd won or lost or tied." Well then, St. Peter said, "It's very plain to me that within the realms of heaven they shall spend eternity. And have the Texas Aggie band at once begin to play, for their fates we too must decide upon this crucial day." And the drum major, so hearing, slowly raised his hand and said, "Boys, let's play the Spirit for the last time in Aggieland." And the band poured forth an anthem in notes both bright and clear, and 10,000 Aggie voices sang the song they hold so dear. And when the band had finished, St. Peter wiped his eyes, says, "It's not hard to see, they're meant for paradise." And as the colonel of the Cadet Corps said as he stiffly took his stand, "It's just another corps trip, boys. We'll march in behind the band."
You're watching the 1996 Fightin' Texas Aggie Bonfire.
We're back live right here. I'm Elaine Hoyak here with John McCarroll tonight, and this is live out here on the site at Bonfire 96, and we're glad to have you with us right here on KAMU TV.
That's right. You see your numbers up on the screen right there. What we're doing is, if you'd like a copy of tonight's Bonfire program, call that number and let our volunteers back in the studio know that. It's $22 plus tax, and you can have your copy of tonight's Aggie Bonfire, plus about an hour of other documentary footage of this year's Bonfire. Plus, we hope to be able to incorporate some video that we had from 1956, 40 years ago tonight, the 1956 Aggie Bonfire, and we'll put that in that videotape too if you'll call in and let us know that. And we want to remind you that this is a commercial time that the Fox Network has put in here, and we need to be doing this, and we want to go back now to what's going on out here at Bonfire site, so you're not missing any of that.
You know, you can hear that they're singing the spirit right now, and we hope that you have the spirit of Aggie Land in your heart tonight, because we love Texas A&M and we love KAMU, and we'll be glad to be here bringing you this Bonfire Live each and every year right here on Channel 15. And we want to say thank you to the Association of Former Students, who has continued every year to help us financially by underwriting part of the Bonfire. So,
that's right. And 12th Man
12th Man Foundation too. So thank you.
It is the conclusion of the Spirit of Aggie Land. The many thousands that are here are ready for Friday, Don.
That's right. This Spirit of Aggie Land has been a wonderful yell practice, a wonderful bonfire tonight. You know, we conclude our alma mater with yells because it's a yell practice.
And the yell practice continues. What's this one?
Well, it says it right on the screen there. This is their favorite yell.
That's something else.
They look forward to beating TU all year long. I say they like it so well, they're going to do it again. You know, we keep referring to yells and yell leaders. This is, we don't have cheerleaders. These are yell leaders, and I noticed that in TV Guide, when they were describing the show, they said it was going to be a pep rally. Well, we don't have pep rallies. We practice yelling at Texas A&M. And, you know, we're known for being a pretty noisy stadium, and we'll try to make as much noise as we can over at Darrell Royal Memorial Stadium on Friday morning.
Well, you can forgive the folks at TV Guide simply because the uniqueness of Texas A&M.
That's right.
99% of the schools, it is a pep session or a yell, a pep session or a rally. This is not. This is Texas A&M.
That's right. The way they introduce that yell, they call it 15 for team, farmers fight, and call it a night. And that's the way they end every yell practice, and that's the kind of the way that we are going to end up tonight, with 15 for team, farmers fight, and call it a night.
And I'll tell you what, they ended it almost on television cue. We don't have a whole lot more time left on this this show. Don, come on over here. I guess we got you behind a post there.
Okay.
We got to wrap this one up. The fans, of course, now the yell practice breaks up. The fans start heading to their various endeavors. A lot of times when this comes up a little bit later in the week, there's a lot of partying going on afterwards. These guys still have to go to class. The students do tomorrow.
Well, they've got class scheduled for tomorrow, and so they may not be up as late as they usually are at a bonfire.
That just about takes care of our situation here. We're just about wrapped up on our program. We hope you enjoyed it, and of course this has been a regular presentation of KAMU, and also of course brought to you by the folks at Fox Sports Southwest. As the fire burns, some final words for Don Powell.
Well, it has been a great bonfire. The bonfire fell a little sooner than what we expected, because that was the intense heat of it that just burned the core out of it and fell. But everybody worked real hard, and they say that the main thing about bonfire is the camaraderie and all the working together. They say that if anybody, if it was easy, anybody could do it.
That's it. See you in '97.